To him, everything was a game, a challenge, to win or lose.
I remember getting the socks whipped off of me at checkers. There was no mercy at playing him in checkers, and if I won, I got a dime.
The first time he and I played in the golf tournament, we won it, and we made more money in that golf tournament than they did 2 weeks before in Colonial. It was in 1962. The winner of Colonial made less money than we made at this golf tournament. And Lamar was really excited.
A lot of people don't appreciate how competitive Lamar is. Some people think, well, he has other priorities in sports, but at the end of the day, winning is very important to him. He just happens to be such a gentleman that it doesn't manifest itself like it does in a lot of other people.
I'm sure he was, disappointed on the losses, very happy with the victories, but he's what really you're looking for in a football team, really. You want that even keel. You don't want the great highs and lows all the time. You want that steady performance each and every week. Lamar has it. Unfortunately, a lot of his teams didn't.
But Lamar knows that it may take years to build a winner. In 4 decades, his teams have brought home 14 major trophies, one of the largest collections of championship hardware ever assembled by one family.
Every day we wake up trying to build championship teams. Every single day it's how do we make ourselves that much better? How do we win championships? And each one we take so much pride in.
Different members of the family may have different perspectives. Each of the championships is special in their own way. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into winning each of them.
To my father, he's not one to show favoritism on stuff. He is a supporter of all, and I know the Super Bowl IV meant a lot because that was, finally the AFL really showing the NFL that they were legitimate.
Probably the most relaxing and enjoyable from that standpoint were the Bulls' 6 championships during the 90s. That was really, really a fun period for our family.
I don't know if any one is more important than the other. I mean, even, as our latest championship, which was the 2000 MLS Cup to the Kansas City Wizards, he skipped a Chiefs-Raiders game, which you obviously know is a big deal to go to that game. And to see him smile like that, it means a lot.
The Kansas City Wizards 2000 MLS Cup was a testament to Lamar's long view in soccer, coming almost 30 years after the Dallas Tornadoes' 1971 NASL title. More recently, 2 of Lamar's teams, the Wizards and the Columbus Crew, have won the U.S. Open Cup.
The Open Cup is unique in that it's been around for about 100 years. In fact, it's the longest continuous sports competition in the United States. Lamar was very, very honored that the Federation decided to name the Cup after him. And I think it was in recognition for everything he had done for the sport.
The U.S. Open Cup is one of 2 major trophies bearing Lamar's name. Since 1985, the NFL has awarded the Lamar Hunt Trophy to the AFC champions. In 1999, Lamar himself made the presentation to his old Foolish Club compatriot, Bud Adams.
Mr. Hunt?
Well, it's been a long time, 40 years, and I know this is a very gratifying day for you, and I couldn't be more thrilled for your association with the old AFL and now the AFC and present this trophy to the Titan organization.
And Lamar, getting you is a pleasure because of all of our years together. Thank you very much, I'll tell you.
Lamar's been a good friend and a good business associate of mine all these years, and he's second to none. The fact that he was there for the game and presented the trophy, it was really an honor to me to getting it, especially from him.
Just 2 years after the AFL-NFL merger, on July 29, 1972, Lamar was inducted into the Professional Football Hall of Fame. Fittingly, he was the first representative of the AFL to receive that honor.
Today we salute a man who can neither kick, nor pass, nor block, nor punt. But I humbly submit that the man who is being honored here today served more than any one individual in our time to rewrite the pages of sports history our guiding light, our pleasant leader, the implausible Texan, Lamar Hunt.
Basically, I just consider myself to be a fan. I'm extremely grateful as I stand here before you. I know that the basic reason I'm here is because the AFL achieved a degree of success. Pro football belongs to the fans, and I want to acknowledge this honor in the name of all who contributed to the growth of the AFL, and also in the name of the pro football fans of America. Thank you.
A decade later, in 1982, Lamar was elected to the U.S. Soccer Hall of Fame. The International Tennis Hall of Fame followed suit in 1993. Lamar may be the only person with a trifecta in major sports halls of fame.
You know, we sort of joke, my siblings and I, about all the halls of fame he's in, because in addition to the three that you just mentioned in the respective sports, he's also in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, the Texas Business Hall of Fame, and I'm sure there's a few others that I'm not aware of. So he's sort of Mr. Hall of Fame.
When Lamar was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1972, one of the many wonderful things that he said in that speech was, "I accept this honor in the name of the fans of America."
You could see Lamar out in the parking lots before the games, going around shaking hands, thanking people for being here, thanking people for coming to the game, thanking people.
If he comes to a stadium, he goes through the stadium, whether it's his or somebody else's. He talks to the people. He's interested in what they have to say. And that's why I think when you talk about the type of individual he is with just everybody, you know, he's the same with everybody. You know, no matter who it is. I've been there, I've seen it.
Lamar's appreciation of the fans and the fan experience gives him a unique perspective on the development and growth of his sports businesses.
From the day we moved to Kansas City, he felt that the Chiefs belonged to the people of Kansas City, and that's been his attitude. And he had dedicated any success that the Chiefs achieved financially in Kansas City should be reinvested in Kansas City. And he's been true to that word from the very beginning.
A year or so after the Chiefs Super Bowl win, Lamar broke ground in Kansas City for the Worlds of Fun amusement park. The Hunt family nurtured the park over the next 2 decades before selling it in 1995. And the parent company, Hunt Midwest, continues as a major real estate developer in the Kansas City area. The flagship of Lamar's commitment to Kansas City sports fans is Arrowhead Stadium, the home of the Chiefs since 1972.
There was a tremendous debate in the community as to whether they should build a combined baseball-football stadium, which most other people were doing at that time.
Here we see an aerial view of the new home of the New York Jets and Mets, Shea Stadium in Flushing Meadows.
With Lamar's guidance, the community and Jackson County, where the facilities are, ultimately decided to build 2, one for baseball and one for football. That decision has weathered the test of time. Whereas you see the stadiums that were built as dual-purpose facilities have really all been torn down or soon will be torn down. Arrowhead is such a fantastic facility even today that with some renovation work, it has a chance to extend its life another 25 or 30 years.
When Pele played for the NASL, he could fill the Meadowlands. But teams in smaller markets couldn't match the Cosmos' draw. When Major League Soccer came along, Lamar understood the importance of suitable venues for U.S. soccer, and he took the first giant steps to create them.
Lamar decided, you know what, we're going to build the first soccer-specific stadium in Columbus. As was typical of Lamar, all of his advisors said, well, that's not a good idea, probably doesn't make financial sense. And he said, you know what, we're going to do it anyhow. He went up there and literally, like he has with every project, spent a lot of time working on the facility, designing the facility, overseeing the construction, and in 1999, Columbus Crew Stadium opened, and it was a huge, huge turning point for the league. Finally, one of Major League Soccer's teams had their own facility and control of the revenue streams that go along with